There it is. Poker player makes a very strange call.
Of things too.
I vote no.
I call.
She calls?
I prefer once, but it's up to you. Yikes.
Oh my god.
Let's see the hand. So far, so good.
I don't even think it's cheating. It's just
What is
go hog wild.
I prefer once, but it's up to you.
Is it possible that her hand might be misread in the card graphics or something?
Because I have a shitty hand.
You do? Yikes.
You guys that hated her hand.
Got it.
Great.
Okay.
You guys that hated
What?
No. No, I just thought he
I don't understand.
This is a pure
Of things too.
I vote no.
Oh, this didn't even capture the whole thing. So she gives the money back? Okay. I don't really get it. So her hand... Oh, you can't see her hand. I'm so sorry. I just noticed. Her hand is dog shit. Yeah, her hand is actual fucking trash. Thanks for some purple and clutch and hero. So I don't really get the... This is literally going insane right now in the poker community. 2-hour-old thread with 800 comments. Twitter on fire. Alright, I'm down. I'm such a naughty little gluttonous boy for drama. Oh my goodness, I just see it and I sink my fangs into it. Fine. Garrett literally thinks she's cheating. Holy shit. She said, I called because I thought you had ace high, which she doesn't beat if the board bricks. That was the most absurd thing I've ever seen. Garrett is literally speechless. Yeah, I guess with that much money on the line, you don't make stupid decisions like that, but I would absolutely let that shit rip just for the sake of it. Jack 4, nothing on the board. I lose to every single hand in the game. I'm all in. But how would she be cheating? What happened next? Because she loses that hand. Robbie calls Garrett all in with Jack 4 on the turn. So how would the cheating... Because she won with the Jack high. So the accusation is she knew this board was going to brick? So is it because she knew it was going to be a complete wash here, so she'd win with the Jack high? Okay. Well, yeah, no, again, there's no reason for her to call. I completely agree. I would do it just for the sake of just fucking around with friends at like a low stakes game for like 20 bucks or whatever. But yeah, with this much on the line, it's stupid to call. But this really could just be an instance of she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, so she called and just got really lucky. She did it. She ran it twice and it bricked both times. Okay. Thanks to the Bits Vintage and the resub Cam and the Prime Cow. Hey, sleep well Vintage, and thanks again. Here's the full video. Let me see. How is she cheating though? The belief is that she knew this was going to brick. So her hand is shit. She calls before the ace. So don't even look at the ace. She calls before the ace. Her hand is nothing. It's an actual nothing burger of a hand. There is no reason to call at all. There was no reason for it. But she did. The board bricks, and she wins with a jack high. It could just be straight luck, which is, like I said, something I would fucking do. But this is a $130,000 bet on that. So that's why people are really skeptical. Like, why would you call that? Here, let me see.
Like before he won all the
This is a 6-minute clip. Let me just
She's
kind of
got
skip
a
around.
min click.
But it's up to you.
So this is where she
Is it
calls.
possible that her hand might be misread in the card graphics or something?
Because I have a shitty hand.
You do?
Why give it back then?
No,
Yeah, exactly.
this is a pure bluff catcher I'm dealing with right now.
With jack
Things
high?
we subdue.
But yeah, I don't have, I think he has to be.
Well, go to the river. The river is a 9.
That one's you for sure.
They're gonna run it
Unless you have, like, pocket
twice,
five
and
or
I think
something.
so.
Do
she's
you have,
gonna.
like, small pair?
You give me that much credit?
I don't know.
Haven't you seen what I've
She's
done?
good with the first one.
So, just to explain, running it twice means they're going to do one more besides the 9 of diamonds.
Oh,
And it bricks both times.
no.
If the cards are correct.
What is it called?
And the river bricks out again.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Again, this could just be straight up luck.
I want to see.
And she had no idea what she was doing.
Jack 4?
Jack high?
What?
Whoa!
Look at
Man, his whole universe just crumbled around him.
Look at Garrett's face. That is.
That's some fucking poker right there. That was sick. Wow. That's strong. That was sick. Oh shit.
That is.
Oh my god, he is so mad. Holy
See
fuck.
his reaction. Like what is?
I think he's gonna cry. I mean, I would too, honestly. At 130 grand losing to that. Off some fucking shit, I'd be mad.
Jacob, you look like you want to kill me. I'm not Jacob. I'm like, you look like you want to kill me,
He
Jared.
wants to vomit.
I was not in the hand. I want to vomit.
He hasn't said a word. Bro, the whole Windows operating system
I'm
just shut
speechless.
down.
I'm speechless. I mean, usually Garrett would be fairly congratulatory if somebody made a hero call like that, but
He has a blocker to the straight
he
flush.
seems somewhat disturbed here by.
Yeah, it looks like he just watched his friend get hit by a car.
You're right there.
It's testing.
It's literally like the sort of most disturbed look that I've ever seen Garrett give.
We can pause if you like.
What happened? Like, this guy is, he's going through
Honestly,
it.
The reason why he would be that is
The soul
how
left
can
the
she
body.
call? Like maybe he thinks that she saw his hand somehow, or I don't know.
Well, okay, to be fair, even if she saw his hand, there is no reason for her to make the call anyway. I think the accusation would have to be she knew it was going to brick out. Because they ran it twice and it bricked both times. So I think the cheating accusation has to be centered around the fact that it bricked, not necessarily her seeing the hand. Because you still wouldn't call, even if you saw his hand.
The flop goes bet call. The turn goes bet raise shove call.
Oh, like what? What do you mean, like wait?
128.3.
bet, 20,000 milliliters.
Thanks to the gifts of, or the bits Mudu and tier 1 twitching and the resub Bean.
$2,500.
Oh, look
I
at
don't
that.
understand sort of what's happening right now.
Andy.
Garrett is melting.
If my jack was in the club, I would have been out.
What do you mean? If
This
you're
is real-time mauled.
She had a blocker.
You know you've let me do this to you several times now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm just testing it.
Yeah.
And
This
you just
doesn't
keep
seem super
letting
funny
do
to
this.
me,
And
honestly,
no,
at all,
like
but
when
how
you
much
bet,
money is
when
it?
you bet that like high big
Yeah.
stack, why did
I
you go on
don't
it
need to
twice?
say.
I thought you were on ace high. Ace high.
And then so why call with jack eye then?
First of all, a little
Oof.
bit of a straight draw. I have blockers sometimes.
No, on the turn though. So you called all in on the.
Alright, I see why it gets suspicious. If she just didn't say that, then I'd put it up to just blind luck. I see why now people are a little suspicious. She said she thought he had ace high. which further proves why the fuck would you call? Because she had Jack. Ace High would beat Jack regardless. So now I see why people are a little more skeptical. Because like I said, you could just chalk it up to like a dumb nuts to butts play that a fucking idiot like me would play. That me would... A fucking idiot like me would play. But her defending herself with that statement is suspicious. Or maybe she just fumbled her words. You can shove ace high out of a hand. With a jack 4, thinking he has an ace high out of nowhere for no reason, running it twice and it bricking both times. Yeah. I don't know. I see why people are a little skeptical. I think, again, could just be fully luck. I don't really know how she would have cheated. There's no way she's like counting the cards or any shit like that. I don't see how she would have cheated, but I see why Garrett is so perplexed. At the very least, I get it. And I get the skepticism. I have no clue how she would cheat, though. No clue. Exit Prime Nano and Captain. I guess, yeah, it could be the anal beads.
The turn because
because you don't have shit.
That's right. She
You don't
thinks
have
you can't beat
shit.
a jack high.
It's not about what I have. It's about what I don't think you have when you play against me. That's
You
it.
didn't think you had jack queen of clubs.
75. You let me do this to you post stream too. Last time we played. I'm
Yeah.
like, they keep letting me. Okay, 50, 75.
Man, this guy is going through all the stages of grief. This is like the worst night of his life. There's a 5 gift subs reach around and the gift sub Hyena and the resub Ryan. It's not about the money, it's about the call. Exactly. It is a very confusing situation. And her defense is what really makes people, I imagine, a little troubled. Wasn't this dude on Survivor? I don't know shit about Garrett. No clue. I really have no idea. This is kind of hype, though. Hustler Casino Live follows me. Cool. He was on Survivor? Nice. How would she know it's going to brick, though? That's what I'm saying. I don't know how she would have cheated. I don't know how high-level poker cheating works. I don't think counting cards is super reliable as an active player. I guess you could have someone count them for you on the outside. Maybe. But that's a stretch. She tweeted about it? Oh, did she explain a bit further? Let me see. I don't go on Twitter on stream. I don't take that chance. I'm just not gonna risk it. I read the man and make I read the man I read the man and make a hero call. I thought she was talking in past tense, but then started present. I read the man and make a hero call after he shoves on a turned brick card. Get over it. I'll say it again like I've said it before. I'm not playing nice in the sandbox anymore. Make it right, G-Man Poker. Or don't. I don't give a fuck. I've already moved on. I'll make it back either way. Is this in reference to her giving the money back? Why would she give the money back if she did nothing wrong? And make a big call out about it. I'm a little confused now. Thanks to resub squirt. Maybe plutonium, that would be huge. Man, Twitter will never cease to impress me. I'm just reading some of the comments. Most of them are just talking about like, can you explain a bit further, stuff like that. But then there's always these dudes. There's always at least 50 people gonna come at you because it's social media. They're punks hiding behind their phone or keyboard. I know what you did. I know you watched back the first stream and saw Garrett bluffing with air. No one can understand what happened, but I understand. Garrett is trash. Christ. There is always so many people like that. Good lord. I know you don't know me, but I know you. In fact, I'm in your head. People aren't even like being like mean or nasty to her in the comments. They're just like, "Can you please explain more why you did this?" Like no one's even like really attacking her. Or even like saying like, "Hey, you're a fucking cheater. Fuck you for cheating." It's just like, "Hey, we just want to know why did you make this call?" Now I guess I'll keep my finger on the pulse here. Cause I can, lol. If it was me, I would have done that. That would have been my explanation. Bro, I fucking beat Mr. Beast in a 50 grand poker game off of me just doing it for the sake of content. I thought for sure he had me beat on the final hand, but I just did it because I thought it'd be fun to keep playing with Mr. Beast, and I ended up winning. Felt like shit. Felt like utter fucking shit from that. I used 10 gift subs, Grumar. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Grumar. Kids starved because of that. Yeah. Yeah. Aren't you still undefeated on stream poker? Yeah, I've never lost in an in-person poker match on stream. Hasn't happened yet. I get fucking dump trucked until the blinds get raised. That's when like I actually bring out all the stops. That's when I just go in like fucking fiend mode. Bullied Miz. Miz was fucking trashing me till the blinds started getting raised. I just feel like at our level, like very amateur poker players that just play like house games for fun, I feel like people don't realize that when blinds get raised, you have to like shove everything. So that's what I do. I just keep fucking shoving on trash. Absolute fucking trash. And I put it in the hands of fate. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you just keep shoving. I did it to Mr. Beast, I did it to Miz, and I did it to all my friends at the warehouse poker game. Thanks the Prime, Kaiman in the resub OSD. Thanks the resub Coctonio. Garrett just tweeted. What did he say about it? Let me see. Oh, this is 2 minutes old. Wow. Holy Lord, this is archaic. He dropped the twit longer, but in Notepad. So instead of doing a twit longer, he did 6 screenshots Holy Lord. He's a tier 1 doc. Oh my god. This is a lot to read. This is a lot to read. Oh wow. Okay. To be clear, I never asked for a refund. I never even considered asking, as it would be such an obvious admission of guilt on her end. But once she offered, of course I'm going to accept my money back after being clearly cheated. Bro, Garrett's coming out with the claws. He's just saying the C word blatantly after being clearly cheated. Another note, she didn't misread her hand. She knew she had Jack 4. She looks back at her hand for several seconds straight before calling. This is in direct conflict with her saying in her interview, I didn't look back at my hand to see that it was Jack 4. And again, reviewing her prior 11 hours of footage, even her calling with a 3 would have been incredibly suspicious. In fact, her line on every street was extremely out of character compared to her prior hands. Give me one sec, I gotta click in RuneScape. Okay. After getting the money I lost in the hand back, her friend in the game suspiciously loses his mind at me after being nothing but incredibly cordial in our prior interactions. After several threats from him, I decided to walk away from the situation. Knowing I have zero interest in continuing to play today, I decided to head home. Been in the public eye for nearly the entirety of my 20 years in poker, and reputation in community is what it is. Oh, and my reputation in the community is what it is for a good reason. If I thought there was any chance I wasn't being cheated, I would not have accepted the refund. This guy he is not holding anything back. He's going Super Saiyan here on the accusations. Another note, she didn't miss... Oh, whoops. He screenshotted it poorly. He posted the same thing twice. Okay. If I thought there was any chance whatsoever that she chose to repay me the $135K for any reason other than admission of guilt, I would never ever accept the refund. I'll likely have more to say about what happened on today's stream later on, but a few thoughts. Poker is an extremely complicated and nuanced game. I don't fault anyone who watched the hand and doesn't conceptually understand how it's impossible to call on the turn there, but I'll give a very brief explanation. An explanation Robbie fully understands if you watch her 11 hours of prior footage. Impossible to call? I don't know about that. That's a bold claim. Like, I'd do it just for a ha-ha giggle moment. Alright. Then wow, this gets very complicated. He's using notation that not even I understand. JC4H on the THTC9HC3H has very little equity in the overwhelming majority of my semi-bluffing hands. What in tarnation? This man just scatted on me here. This is like an Xbox Live arcade code. What is this notation? I play poker and I don't even recognize this. Here, I'll pull it up. Maybe someone can enlighten me a bit.
That was like...
The JC4H on THTC9HC3H has very little equity versus the overwhelming majority of my semi-bluffing hands. Jack Club 4 of Hearts on the... On the 10 of Hearts, 10 of... Oh, I see. Oh, he's just notating the board position. Oh. I see. Okay. Well, I overthought that. Got it. Jack Clubs, 4 of Heart on the 10 of Hearts, 10 of Clubs, 9 of Hearts. C? What is C? C3H. C. My brain's malfunctioning. C3H? Oh, it's a mistype? Okay, so it's just 3 of Hearts then? Okay. Has very little equity over, let alone all my made hands, which would have made her dead. Ambitious 3-bet semi-bluff all in hands for me like ace, Or even a hand as weak as Queen Jack. He's just going into a bit of detail here. Comparing the situation to a wild Jack High River call down spot where they say the board is Ace, King, Queen. Okay, absolutely nothing in common. Furthermore, I played and reviewed the stream from 2 other prior sessions with the player. Not only did she never consider making a call anywhere close to this before, but she instead very often folded bluff catchers to river bets, only calling when her hand was quite strong. Now all of a sudden she's playing a 10x stack size compared to before and is calling a huge overshove with no pair, no draw. Fuck, man, these are... He's using a lot of words here that I can recognize as being, like, applicable, but can't quite connect them in my head. I'm well aware the scariest, easiest way for someone to cheat a live stream is to have a device hidden that simply vibrates to indicate you have the best hand. No, my man Garrett, you've been reading too many anal bead theories on chess. That wouldn't help her here. She called you before running it back, before it bricked. So even if she had the anal bead vibrators, it wouldn't have really done much, because it very easily could have on the river just given you an 8, a club, anything. She would have had to have known it was going to brick out twice. Thanks to resub Toad. Or am I misunderstanding? Because she called before river, obviously. And they ran it back twice, it bricked twice, which is how she won. She had the best hand at the time of making the call, but it's still such low odds. Thanks to resub Masto. But that all changed when I read her for extremely weak on the turn and made an unorthodox play by raising all in. At that point, she would know she still has the best hand if she had such a hidden device. And her lack of more in-depth poker knowledge made it so she didn't understand that calling there would always be a dead giveaway she was cheating. Greed in a 270k pot once she calls correctly may have also played a role in the moment. Yeah, another good point from Vanilla. If you watch the footage, she actually statistically has the weaker odds when she makes the call. If this would ever fucking load. No, I completely agree. Her calling makes absolutely no sense and her defense makes absolutely no sense. But his statement of a vibrator, like a cheating vibrator, would have, won this for her, or that's how she could have been cheating. That's a bunch of baloney, because it wouldn't have helped her in this. That's what I'm saying. Why won't this load? Another common way of cheating is someone has the technology to know who will have the best hand at Showdown by hacking into the card reader. In the end, there's obviously no way at the moment to know exactly how I was cheated, and it'll be extremely difficult to ever get to the bottom of it. Those that think cheating is impossible despite HCL's security precautions are misguided. He's calling her a hacker? Huh? Thanks for the gift sub Eldritch. To tie this back into chess, at the very least, the chess anal bead accusation, or the anal beads is clearly the joke, but the chess vibrator accusation has merit because that is a real device, the sockfish. It is something that vibrates to tell you the moves. You hide it in your shoe, or you can hide it pretty much anywhere. That is at least a real device. Has this ever happened? Has someone hacked into the card reader to cheat in a poker tournament? It has. Can you give me tell me where I can find it? Because I'd love to read about that. Look up Mike Postle. Oh, is this going to be like a D's Nuts thing? Hold on, let me do this off stream. Stone's Gambling Hall cheating scandal. In September 2019, a cheating scandal that became known as Postlegate Mike Postle was publicly accused of cheating poker games he participated in during live streams, utilizing playing cards with embedded RFID sensors that scanned the playing cards and transmitted identifying information, the card's suit and rank, into the live stream's technical control room, into the play-by-play announce. Wait, I think this article is skipping around, or I'm skipping around. Play-by-play announcers and casino management and live stream supervisors also had access to real-time identifying it. What? Hold on, I have to be misreading this. I have to be misreading this. Huh. So it looks like he folded, and it really tipped off people's suspicion because he folded in a position that made no sense, and then he got investigated. By 2019, she had seen enough to surmise that Postle's success didn't make mathematical sense. She thought he was winning far too often, particularly for a player whose strategy didn't jibe with game theory, optimal, or GTO, the prevailing strategy in Texas Hold'em. In March 2019, Brill approached Stone's tournament director and shared her concerns about Postle. The table used for Stone's games, this is where he was cheating, is embedded with RFID sensors that scan whole cards and pipe the information into the live stream. Brill wondered whether there was a way Postle could be peeking at that data, even though the stream is broadcast on a 30-minute delay to prevent cheating. Brill was not the only skeptic to confide. In March 13th, Caratis texted a pro to invite her to play in a live stream game. Mills asked whether Postle would be there and opened up that I have concerns about him cheating somehow. By late summer, there were so many whispers about Postle that his rivals were no longer content to take the commissioner at his word. Okay, where does it say how they confirmed that he was cheating? Okay, Postle. Shortly before noon that day, Brill posted an 18-minute video that contained clips of Postle's unusual hands, stating, "Am I sure he's cheating? No. Do I think there's greater than 0% chance that he is? Yes. I feel that with such a high VPIP and play style, if we run the sim 100 times with players of equal competency, he's running in the 95th percentile of results." Brill added that even though cell phones were banned at some point, she thought Postle might still be receiving signals through a small device on his leg that lets him know when he's ahead. Thanks to 5 gift subs, Society and the Prime, Ziffer, Dread, and the resub Bubba, Fallout, and Eldritch. This is so deep, Jesus Christ. Holy fuck, this is so much. This is like actual next level of cheating. This itself could have been a fucking movie. Like, oh my god. So the initial person that was accusing Postle of somehow cheating, getting the RFID data, wasn't like a big poker player herself, so she taught herself the game in order to better understand and better perfect her accusations against Mike Postle. Yeah, this is some anime shit. Like, I haven't even gotten to, like, the end, or even close. The consensus among the poker community is that Postle cheated. As such, Brill, the main accuser, and 87 other plaintiffs filed a $10 million lawsuit against the poker pro. They were unsuccessful in civil court and only received a small payout from the casino. Postle, after having his character attacked for more than a year, filed a $330 million lawsuit against 12 most wealthy defendants for defamation. Much like the lawsuit against him, this one never gained traction, and Postle has now officially dropped it. So it seems like it hasn't been fully proven if he was cheating. But the prevailing theory is he was somehow, and this is from a lot of accusers, he was somehow able to get the RFID data that would transmit hands back to broadcast in order for stream. He was able to somehow get that data to know the hands. That's the prevailing theory on how he was cheating. Someone linked this in chat saying her chair was vibrating. Oh my god. Who knows, I suppose. I haven't even finished it. I didn't know poker was so ripe with drama. Alright, back to this, I suppose, for now. The only thing I'm certain of is there's 0% chance HCL ownership is involved. They're my friends. I trust them. They would never be part of this. I would never play on any stream at all if I thought there was even a small chance was involved in being cheated. Simply isn't worth the time and anxiety. After the hand, her body language and word salad explanations on why she called the turn on camera are suspicious. After a couple of jabs at how she outplayed me, she became very defensive with nervous chatter. Putting it all together, I immediately felt concerned about foul play. After having a conversation with Ryan, he amicably agreed that the three of me, Ryan, and her should have a conversation. Most of the conversation was trying to justify the play in a way that came across as incriminating. Ryan tried to explain that it wasn't us she needed to convince as it was about to go viral. I said, Robbie, this is likely to be viewed by millions of people. He was right. Her face clearly melted once I said this, fully realizing for the first time she had gotten herself into. I continued, I think you know now, you fucked up. At this point, we were about to start walking back toward the stage, and I didn't know what else to do at that point when she says to me, do you want me to pay you back what you lost in the hand? Knowing A, this was likely the closest I would get to a confession, and B, how impossible it is to get refunded in these cheating scandals, Postle being the best example, even name-dropping him. I took her up on the offer. Ryan neither encouraged nor discouraged her from doing this. So I'm going to say his explanations wouldn't have helped her win. His cheating accusations here with like how cheating could have been done wouldn't have saved her. Except for if she used the hacking method, I suppose, if she was a hacker. But her having a vibrator that would tell her that she had the best hand wouldn't have saved her. Because she didn't have the best hand at the time of calling, and she still could have easily lost on the river. They played it out twice. It bricked both times. She would have had to know it was going to brick out. If she cheated, the information she would have needed to know to win would be whether or not it bricks out. Alright, I'll look at the fucking vibrator thing, Christ. This is so fucking stupid. Okay. Okay. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure this isn't tossed. Make sure it's not like a meme towards the end or something. Okay.
What is she? She says she thinks she has a.
Pay close attention to a vibration.
High. She doesn't beat ace
Oh.
high.
Oh. It's vibrating.
She's really thinking about her.
You can have this one. I'll get you again. Nice hand there.
I mean, I don't know about vibrating. That could just be like bouncing her leg. My abdomen does that too when I bounce my leg. Full screen it. Alright, pay very close attention to the vibrating, I guess. It's like in her abdomen.
She says she thinks she has a missed draw. She only has jack high. She doesn't beat ace high. I don't know what she's really thinking about here.
You can have this one. I'll get you again. Nice hand there.
I can see some like gyration, but it doesn't really look like vibrating. It looks more like bouncing. Like when I bounce my leg. Also, if she had a vibrator and was cheating, why would she ride out this long? This guy had her beat for a long time. He had a fucking 3 of a kind. Off rip. It would have been it's the worst cheating device of all time if it tells her at the very end that she loses this hand. That absolutely just looked more like a leg bounce. Thanks to the resub Spoon and hell yeah. There's no way a vibrator would be that strong. Yeah, that's more like a dog shock collar almost if it's causing that much of an effect. Like that's like an actual muscle tensing device. Like even for sockfish, the vibrations are very tiny pulses. They wouldn't be causing like a fucking abdominal contraction. You're telling me no one would hear a vibrator that's that strong? Sure, well, maybe it was very loud in the venue. Or they thought it was the air conditioner. Hey, sleep well, Raulo. Check the video again. It looks like there's an antenna on her back. What the fuck? Let me check. Oh my god, wait a minute. You're right. She's got a whole radio pack. Thanks, resub, Myra. It's the 5G. Oh my god, it's a 5G transmitter. Fuck. What an interesting bit of drama here. This was fascinating. What is the poker community's thoughts at the moment? Because right now, it's mainly Garrett. And a lot of people just asking her to further explain why she called. Which she hasn't done a great job of doing, to be fair. Thanks, Resub Spider. Give me a second, though. I really need to fill up my water. I'm super thirsty. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'll pull this up in case you need to catch up. I need to click in RuneScape. Famous poker player Daniel, I don't know how to say his last name, thinks she didn't cheat. Thanks, Resub Tuna. Okay. Thanks, Resub Pyro. Thanks, a tier 1 Jess. I didn't even bother trying to say it. I knew I was gonna fucking butcher it. Not even worth. Haven't watched Dahmer yet. Hey, well, thanks, Spacer. Here, Tumblr unbanned porn. Not entirely accurate. They introduced like tags so you can have porn again or something. Tumblr's dead anyway, too late. Oh yeah, I don't think Tumblr's coming back. I wish it would though. Get him off of Twitter. Just put him back on Tumblr. Tumblr going down infested everything. So much like lunacy was localized to Tumblr, and when that went away, they went to Twitter, fucking Reddit, YouTube, everywhere. Oh, I hope Tumblr comes back and they all go back to Tumblr. Thanks, Resub Gogeta. And the tier 1 Master Pluto. Oh, Master Plutarcho. I'll be playing Bayonetta pretty soon. Whew. You've been saying that for days now? I know, I've just been enjoying all the other games though. There's no rush, it's a short game. I got plenty of time to finish it before Bayo 3. People are saying it's IR sunglasses. It's a major thing in poker, apparently, on how people cheat. Huh. The fuck is IR? Do you mean AR? Is Resub Lightson? How would infrared help, though? I don't see how that would be helpful. AR I could see being helpful, maybe. Because you can mark the cards. I guess if you had access to the cards, you could. I don't think she would have. She would have had to mark the whole deck. Yeah, I just don't see how infrared would be helpful. Mark them as you get them. Yeah, I guess. But most casinos cycle out the entire deck. They have multiple decks to use, so it really wouldn't work. We're acting like she's Bruce Wayne. I know. Thanks for the bits, band. Oh, I got a burp stuck in my throat. Uh-oh. There we go. Now we're good. Phil Ivey noticed the flaw on deck of cards casinos used and used that as an advantage. He was sentenced to pay back the money. What was the flaw? What flaw did he notice in decks of cards? The pigment in the ink. Jesus. He's a tier 1 insomniac. What? Phil Ivey cheated his way to a $10 million win. Using a method called edge sorting, which made him hated by some big-name casinos. Okay. Took him to court demanding he pay millions of dollars. My tummy's a little upset. So what is edge sorting? Is it going to explain here? Oh, here we go. Although he might not have come up with it, edge sorting is a technique Phil Ivey is famous for. By definition, it's one of the methods used in advantage gambling. However, unlike other advantage gambling methods like trading and matched betting, which are completely legal, edge sorting is not, at least according to U.S. courts. Phil disagrees. According to him, edge sorting is a legitimate way of making money in casino. You need to have the right kind of skills in order to determine whether a face-down card is going to be high or low. The way to be able to do this is to be great at spotting tiny differences on the back of the cards. Not everyone can do it. Phil used this skill to win more than $10 million playing Baccarat and Borgata in Atlantic City. Casino paid him out, but when his edge sorting technique became public, Borgata decided to sue him. 2 years after he collected his winnings, a federal judge declared Ivey guilty, ordering them to pay the money back. Sounds like that judge was bought out by the casino. Get better cards. Your fault. You're a casino. Fuck you. Your fault. That judge was bought. That's just not cheating. You have shit cards. Ivey still hasn't done it. Oh man, I got so many burps in my throat. Where are we? I think he still hasn't paid them back, is what that's about. So the technique is he's able to see subtle changes on the back of cards. And he can do that for most casinos, I guess. So he can guess if it's a high or low card. That's fucking nuts. He used his cards to play the game. Literally a superpower. Yeah, pretty much. Interesting. Thanks, a resub Shadow. Look at his interview. He explains how he did it. Which interview does he say it? Oh, thank you for the 20 gift subs, Maki. God damn, thank you. Damn, thank you, Maki, again.
Recently, edge sorting has gotten a lot of press because poker superstar Phil Ivey has been accused of using the technique to win millions of dollars at casinos in New Jersey and London. Being able to identify cards when they're face down is a huge advantage in casino card games like blackjack and baccarat.
It would be.
Edge sorting is a way to do exactly that. Edge sorting works because the patterns on the backs of many decks of cards, even ones used in casinos, are not perfectly symmetrical. On every card in this deck, for example, one edge shows diamonds that are cut in half, and on the other we see the full diamond. That means that a trained eye can tell the difference between opposite edges of these cards.
Okay, I
So
wouldn't.
now imagine
Even them
you
showing
sort
me
the
that, I
decks
couldn't
so
even
that
really
certain
tell.
important cards are pointed one way, and all the others are pointed the other way. If you could pull that off, you'd be able to identify the next card to come off the deck, or cards that are already face down on the felt. Obviously, casinos aren't going to let you sort the deck before you play with it, so that's why players using this technique have to get pretty creative. In Phil Ivey's case, he was playing baccarat, and since he's known as a high-stakes gambler, he was able to talk the casino into giving him special treatment and unknowingly sorting the deck for him. He requested a specific style of Borgata playing cards, and that the casino reuse the
Oh,
same
I
eight
see.
for his entire session.
Okay,
He
so
also asked
okay,
for an automatic
it's less of it's less of a superpower and more of a streamer privilege kind of thing. What the fuck is going on? Man, my tummy is upset. So they let him do things that normal people aren't allowed to do, which is even more the casino's fault. Thus, they had they had even less right to sue him for money. Oh man.
automatic shuffling machine. And most importantly, he even got them to agree to turn certain dealt cards 180 degrees because he told them he was superstitious.
Oh,
Right now,
what the
Borgata
fuck?
Casino in New Jersey is suing him for almost $10 million he won in 2012 because they say he was using the edge sorting technique. But there are tons of easy ways for casinos to stop players from edge sorting. They can use perfectly symmetrical decks, use new decks every time they deal, or incorporate a turn into their shuffle procedure. That's when half the deck is turned 180 degrees before being shuffled, effectively destroying any sorting that has already been done.
Huh. A little less cool when I hear how he actually did it. I thought he was able to just eyeball it in any casino. But it looks like it was just very specific for the casinos being fucking idiots, doing everything he asked.